when they were up. But there's one, but I'd be thrilled with that. That would be amazing. I don't know, would that work within the Saiyan universe? Would their society be training female? Would that be something they do like the Klingons or not? You know, I don't know. That's but I would totally support it. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Are you kidding? I'd love to see a female Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. The way I have two daughters as well, and the only way I could get my daughter to play with Dragon Ball Z toys was to say, here's Vegeta, he's a prince.
Totally true.
Vegeta and Barbie.
And it happens.
Vegeta and Elsa.
It's like, let it go!
I think that if Piccolo can be the designated babysitter for all these new generation of Dragon Ball Z kids, then I completely think that one of these girls ought to grow up and just train with Vegeta for quite some time.
Yeah.
I think it's sexist that there's no Nameks either.
Yeah, that's asexist, asexually sexist, because they're not male or female. I don't think Namekians are.
Yeah, the Namekians were like Smurfs.
Yeah, they're like.
So like Guru would have to create a female Namekian.
Yeah.
Like they did Smurfette, and they only created one. Poor thing. Sorry, I digress. Justin was like, we were going to talk about Dragon Ball Z today.
No questions about the Smurfs. Their reproductive practices or otherwise.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Good question.
Over here to Andrew.
What are some of your favorite lines that you guys have gotten to
Are
say?
you the
Great
fresh
characters?
android of Bel Air? I'm sorry. Just casual, So, Planet, Vegeta, where are most of my days? I don't know. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Have you noticed have you guys noticed there's a bird poop cam up there? Oh man, they're missing it. Like, yeah, there you go. Crazy.
Do you have any favorite lines?
Oh, our favorite lines from the Fresh Android. You know, we get asked that question a lot, and you know, you think Kamehameha would be it, but trust me, it's not. And I have some favorite recent lines, but like throughout the series, I've recorded that so long ago. Like I really enjoyed my Bulma line in Battle of Gods. I got to say as Vegeta, and I enjoyed I won't let you destroy my world when I'm screaming my head off. There, those are recent lines that come to mind. I have some favorite lines in the new movie, but I don't want to reveal them because they're spoiler alert.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite line, hands down, I think was written by Michael Tatum for Kai, and that was, once again my dreams for immortality have been crushed against the shores of your incompetence. That's Shakespearean. That's Shakespeare there. So, I love that line. I memorized it. It's stuck in my head.
It's fantastic.
There's so many good Vegeta lines. There's one thing that Saiyan always keeps, his pride, and of course, my Bulma! Somebody asked me on the red carpet, they said, what do you think Vegeta's been doing since Battle of Gods? I'm like, he's probably spending a lot of time with Bulma because they're very happy with one another right now. Trunks version 2? Yeah, that's true.
Dipping back into the series, I would guess Raditz's whole bit about piling the bodies up on the beach. I feel like in the first 5 episodes of DBZ, that let us know we weren't in Dragon Ball anymore.
Oh, for sure.
All right, thank you very much.
Lastly, because this line is so fitting, could you please say, "Allied to good, nightmare to you"?
Oh, me? Ally to good, a nightmare to you!
All right.
Is that your pre-question dance?
Epic dance there. Keep doing
We're
that.
gonna go this side first, but
All American Batman. Is that what we got here? Right?
Did you say Batman?
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, turn around. Wait, flip around. See?
Oh yeah,
Batman.
I like it.
I thought it was Billy Ray Cyrus at first or something. I was worried about your achy breaky heart.
So, just for the record, I want to say Vegeta and Piccolo are my 2 favorite characters ever. So,
You're smart.
thanks for
Smart
doing
person.
that. But, I want to thank you guys for just sticking with the series all those years.
Thank you.
Still doing the voices, so thank you.
Thank you.
my question is, actually it's for all you guys. So, when you guys get in the booth and you do your power-up screams, I'm really curious how many takes it takes for you guys to do those. Or if Chris or whoever the ADR director is, when you guys scream for 20 seconds, he says, do it again.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it happens. I mean, usually we'll preview with and I'll rehearse just breathy, whispery, just to feel the timing. And then I'll tell Chris, based on my voice, I go, you get 2 of these, you get 3 of these, you get 1 of these. I'll do what I can. And then we usually save them for the end. I'll do all my dialogue first, and then we'll do screams. And we don't mind the voice being a little rough during battle because you would naturally maybe it would fit. But you don't want to do a bunch of screams and then have to go do a bunch of dialogue. It sounds like you've been screaming all day.
For Resurrection F, we markered all the screams for the end and the last line.
Yeah.
So that way, when I hit those last lines, my voice was completely ragged out from all the screaming. But yeah, I think our screaming session on that was almost 7 hours.
Yeah.
Just screaming.
It's true. As the voice director for Dragon Ball Z, I do carry around a lot of guilt that I have destroyed a lot of people's voices. And I remember especially back in the early days before we had 15 years of experience doing this, so now I can't really tell anyone anything. But I remember the first time I'd bring anybody in to work in a Dragon Ball Z session, I would say, here's the deal. You're gonna have to scream, and it's really gonna hurt, and you're gonna have to scream for a long time.
Yeah.
So you have 2 choices. You can either do a blood-curdling, amazing scream once, or you'll do it twice, unfortunately. So, and we really didn't cut any corners with the screaming when it came to Dragon Ball. We figured if they're gonna do it, we're gonna do it too. And I think that's, we try to maintain, if it's a good scream, we'll do everything we can to save it. But if it just doesn't look completely right, I mean, I don't even have to tell most people, hey, we have to do another one of those.
It's usually obvious.
Most of the time they're gonna go, no, I want another shot.
Let me try it again. Let me try it one more time.
Even when I was directing, when I'm directing myself on the movie, my engineers get really annoyed with me. They're like, Chris, it's fine. I'm like, no, I have to do another one. That wasn't good enough. So we all take it very seriously. None of us want a lame scream floating around
you don't
out
want
there.
that.
I will do this all day long, anytime. Every time I come in for Chris, which one do you want to do first? Boo, Raditz. It doesn't matter. Let's just go in order. But this last time, I think Raditz got to go Super Saiyan, so I got to do a charge like the real.
Wait, Raditz got to go Super Saiyan?
I think in the video game, at least that was the
Oh, the
direction.
video game. That's right.
But yeah, I'll do it on cue.
We'll do the Super
8
Saiyan
times,
though,
9
just-
times, I'll do whatever. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was a big moment for me, and I figure I only have a hole in my chest. It'll be easy to bring me back.
That's true.
They just putty it in.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Dancing Man.
Dancing.
So,
Yes.
No, but I crochet a little.
We're not gonna
I've
answer your
got
question.
5 questions.
You
So,
have 5 questions.
Wow.
which one should I do?
The best one.
The best one.
The one about
I got
the
5 of
dancing.
them. Wanna know them?
Well, if you
Yeah.
know them, then you're secretly asking all 5 of them.
When did Beerus become the god of destruction? And
1984.
When did Goku get blue hair? 3?
Last Thursday.
When-
2015.
2015.
When did little grandpa learn Kamehameha or
It dropped in 1984.
1987.
and 4? Why is Beerus the only bad guy who represents
Destruction.
not destruction? I mean
Cats.
Dogs.
Because there was corn.
ancient
Egypt.
Egypt cultures. And
Because we destroyed all the other cultures.
when did Frieza access his golden form?
Access is
In the
So which one should I discuss?
We just answered all of them.
This is the best question of all time.
Which one should you discuss? That's 6 questions.
Which one do I discuss?
Do you discuss?
I think we covered them all, right?
We covered them.
Covered them all. You got all your
We answered them while you were
We
asking.
were answering while you were asking them. But you want to know which one we think you should
that was
discuss with
fast.
someone else?
I will say this, if you want to see Master Roshi power up into that crazy form,
Yeah.
he did do it early on. He was able to fight like a
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
cool in
And he
Dragon
could
Ball.
come
And I got one more.
Sure,
That's 7.
go for it, yeah.
When is Gohan's When is
Birthday?
Gohan's son going to be in this movie?
2017.
Or beyond.
I love your question.
They were great, dude. They were great.
I have a few follow-ups.
So,
That's great.
you gotta follow that.
Yeah.
Really?
How many questions do you have?
No, it's just one.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Okay, I can't follow it, I'm sorry. My question is, if you had a chance to change sort of the physical appearance or even the character trait, what would it be and why?
Of our characters, of our respective characters?
Taller. Much taller.
Less dipshitty, I guess. Less Goku being total clueless. To be less clueless, perhaps, and maybe some depth of character would be helpful. Other than him just like going, I'm gonna beat you! You know?
I honestly don't know that I'd change a thing. I really love Frieza the way he is.
Hair.
I really do.
Yeah.
Hair maybe?
Bearded Frieza.
Beard.
I wish that Boo wasn't pink. It's a bummer to have a car on GTA with Super Boo as my license plate and it has to be pink.
Thank you. You're on the side?
How
That was funny.
I have 6 more questions.
Okay, with the way that you think the anime is going with Dragon Ball Super, do you think we're gonna be able to see like a fusion of the Super Saiyan gods?
all the characters are gonna fuse into one character. That's Dragon Ball Super is just a super ball, and it's one character. Dragon Ball Super.
And it's Sailor Moon.
Yes. What was the question? Sorry.
Like maybe Vegito or Gogeta or even Vacuum.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no. Super is such a crapshoot in terms of what could possibly happen. You know.
I think a big hint is bringing Jocko in.
Yeah.
I think bringing Jocko into this is a big hint is where it could go in the future.
Yeah, who knows if Jocko, which I don't know, if you haven't seen Resurrection F, you don't even know what he's talking about necessarily, but there is a new character introduced in this movie named Jocko that's really fascinating. You saw him actually in the kind of this trailer that you just saw. He's the little tiny white alien looking dude. He's a really funny character.
Neat character.
Yeah.
After having spent the weekend talking about this, I kind of think that maybe fusion is a thing of the past. I think that the story's developed on, this is just me guessing here.
He's guessing.
All right, I'm
Yes, we're just.
He doesn't know
I think
anything.
I think it's a thing of the past. I think the next step is having some of these characters that are so just completely against each other in their natures, learning to operate around that and building off of those strengths and the other's weaknesses in those areas. I think that's the new fighting style. I think that's going to be the new.
I think they can only defeat their enemies if Vegeta and Goku are holding hands.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that.
Bromance is brewing for Super.
Romance. Yeah.
Well, thank
Do it right now.
Let's do it, Sean.
Thank you.
Let's hold hands. Feel this.
You asked for it.
Holding hands.
Hey guys, I was a huge fan, childhood, a whole 9 yards thing. Like, I'm so excited to be here. You guys are freaking awesome, all of you. I love you, Goku and Vegeta. Like, honestly, before I even looked up Chris, I thought you were a black dude, cause like your voice, man, like everybody knows Piccolo's the black guy in DBZ. Everybody knows. I was like, dude, he has to be black. And then when I looked at him, I was like, what? Awesome. Goku was my favorite character, sorry Vegeta, but you had the most badass lines ever in
He does.
DBZ history. My question was, for all of you guys, and I really want to know Sean's opinion, so
Okay.
This is my standpoint on it. Every debates on forums and YouTube and all that crap.
know where this is
Everybody
going.
says Goku is a bad father, and I don't think he is.
Going somewhere else.
Like this is where I come. This is my standpoint. Dude spent the first. Okay, going by the anime, Gohan is 11 by the end of the Cell Saga.
Right.
So Goku spent time with him for the first 4 years, and then he fought Raditz and died. You know, and then he was gone for that year. Had an excuse. He was dead. Piccolo raises him for 1 year, and all of a sudden he gets Father of the Year award.
I'm
Goku
sorry.
comes-
I'm sorry your dad left you. I really. actually left me, and so I relate to it through that. That's me projecting.
It's
my
even
mind.
worse. It's even worse.
I was raised by a
because
stepdad, so it's awesome.
It's even worse, Sean, because I'm black and you know the stereotype.
Oh, I wasn't.
So, hey, I like to see where this conversation's going. So Goku comes back, right? So he's going for another year. So Gohan's 5 now. Gohan's 5 after the year of training for the Saiyans. Then Gohan is 6 during the whole Frieza saga. He turns 6 because Goku's going for another year. Then he comes back with Frieza, right? Then he trains for 3 years with Gohan.
Hang on, let me write this down.
Then he trains 3 years. So Gohan is 6 now. Goku's back on Earth from Frieza.
So he
trains
spent 3 years beating his son. Continue.
training with his son for the androids. Gohan's now 9. Then they train for a year in the hyperbolic time chamber with his son, quality time in the year. So Gohan's 10.
Okay.
Then Gohan turns 11 in the anime. So and then Goku dies and gone for 7 years.
I'm at
So he was there the whole time.
But
How was he a bad father?
Based on those numbers, Goku owes 1.2 million in child support.
I think you're right. Goku was a great father. Let's give him a Golden Freezer Award.
Golden Freezer. 1.2 million Zenny award.
Well, here's the deal. I have to answer honestly. The running joke around the studio has been Goku's a crappy dad, and I have, been playing it. There's even a scene where Goku accidentally, smacks Chi-Chi, and it's like funny that he beat his wife. So, yuck, yuck! I smacked Chi-Chi into a tree. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know you. I think we all want to love Goku because he's the hero and he seems real happy and spunky, but maybe he's just a crazy sociopath who wants to fight everybody who's strong. Which Akira Toriyama has actually said in an interview that he's kind of a jerk. The interview I saw, I don't know if there's a translation there, but the interview I saw, Akira Toriyama said, well, Goku's really kind of a jerk. He just wants to train and be the best fighter, so he's not really the best dad. Some kind of interview I saw. But we have jokingly around the studio said that Goku's kind of a absentee father. But if you want to forgive him, you can. But he still owes all that child.
Are you talking about Goku or who are you talking about?
Goku.
Okay.
If he wants to forgive Goku,
I forgive you, Goku.
Forgive me. That was a great question. I would try not to bust your chops too hard. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, snap. It's me now?
Yes. Now,
Hi, I just want to let you know I've been watching this show since the 90s, so you guys have been a part of my childhood.
All right.
I've been watching it. I watched it when it first came out on Toonami. I'm Toonami by now. Unfortunately, you guys weren't my very first anime. A couple of girls who live on different planets got to me before you guys. I'm sorry. But my question is, and this is probably going to piss off everybody, but out of the franchises, GT or Evolution, which ones do you guys hate?
Well, I don't have an issue with GT, and you know how I feel about what I want to happen with the sales. So there's my answer.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah. They made a concerted effort, I guess, not strong effort, but a concerted effort. And GT never really bothered me that much, even though it's not officially a character. Is it not? So I would say probably, I would favor GT over Evolution, certainly, without much thought.
Yeah, because a lot of people I've asked, they're all like, I cannot answer this question because it's so confusing. I'm like, really?
Well, they must really hate it.
Well, GT is at least animated.
Sure.
Yeah, but it introduces things that you don't know, like, oh, there's
But
Black
it
Star
introduced
Dragon Ball.
Vegeta's moustache.
But she shaved in 2 seconds.
Still.
And plus we got introduced by Black Star Dragon Balls. Okay, where were they throughout the entire show?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me...
They tried.
Yeah. We'll see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't do better.
Hi, my name's Alan.
I know.
Alan?
And you want to invest 28% stake of your company for a $20,000 loan for your craft brewery, right?
Thank you for saving the time.
Okay.
I actually don't have a question. I just stood in line to say thank you guys for coming down to
Oh.
class to see and hear you answer all these questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He's got a couple extra questions for you if you need to borrow.
Yes, he has ones we'd like to discuss.
Oh, is it me? Well,
Yes, please. Yeah.
Well, attaining to the Garlic Jr. saga. No, really, but you guys have been so paramount to my childhood and everyone else's childhood in here. But I know for some fans, especially me, Dragon Ball Z was kind of survival. Like a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, and
Oh my gosh.
the first couple months in the hospital on the treatments, I couldn't have any really interactions. So I was brought Dragon Ball Z DVDs from my house, and I remember especially Sabbath as Vegeta, that scene with Kid Buu when you're beaten down and you just keep getting up, that determination, that kind of determination that Goku brought, that helped me and helped, I know, a lot of other fans. So my question was, have you guys ever felt that way, like about the show or the characters in your day-to-day? Like, what have you drawn from your characters and how they come? Also, that's how I was introduced to Chris Ayres as Frieza. My friends showed me Dragon Ball Z Kai, and that's how I was like, this guy is a good Frieza.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I guess for me, because you're playing the character versus like, I know the difference between watching a show and losing myself in it and helping me through hardship versus watching a show, losing myself in it and helping me through hardship, and I happen to be in the show. So for me, to play Goku, you know, I've really got to be hyper-focused and totally committed, which was a real great solace for me during any hardships I personally faced. Certainly nothing as serious as cancer, which bravo for that, man. But for me, it definitely has been this like really nice place I can go when I have trouble, because getting in the booth and recording, I really can't be worried about any issues I'm dealing with. So it's kind of been a jacket I've worn for 16 years, 17 years, whatever. So yeah, it's definitely been a place of solace for me.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow that up. I mean, working on the show, in a way, was part of the hardship. Like, and I'm not gonna say it was.
We had to direct it.
Well, yeah, but we had to do it very fast. When we were first working on Dragon Ball, we were racing to get it on television. We were trying to make sure that we had the episodes done before they aired. And that meant if your voice was hurting, you still had to do it. Like there were days and weeks where I had to go into the booth and scream for 7, 8, 9. We'd call Sean in for 12-hour sessions.
Yeah.
There was no turning back, and we just had to do it. And I don't know if it was Dragon Ball Z that inspired us, or the fact that it was just there and knowing we had that job to do. I don't know what it was, but I have heard so many stories of the show inspiring so many people.
Yeah.
I could probably write a book on them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the amazing thing about doing these. You hear stories like yours, and we, from working in the industry, we get such an honor to meet people whose lives have been so profoundly affected by something that we have a lot of fun doing.
Yeah.
And it really throws that into perspective for us. And so thank you for sharing your story with us. It's really wonderful.
Thank you.
And just so you know, Sean, we don't mention evolution in my household. And my last question is, I all know most of us probably know the story about how you passed out in the booth screaming, Sean. Have any of you else had anything like that?
Yeah, anyone who's had to scream for several seconds in a row knows how dizzy you can be.
You get very dizzy.
It's very, I've never fallen completely back. I don't know. Like, I think I've only seen that happen a couple of times to people. So
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we do have about 10 minutes left or so, so we're going to get to our last set of questions here.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Eric. I've been a fan